Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday night, and we're here to talk about all things World Powerhouse Wrestling. Your hosts, executive producer Jason Halbert, World Powerhouse Wrestling head referee Sherman Tank. This is Shane Jones, and we're bringing to you Beyond the Curtain.
Welcome, everyone. Hey, I like how that we finally maybe have fixed that intro video a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're welcome.
I'm pretty excited the fact that we've done enough shows that there's actual clips that we can put into an intro now.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
also, side note, I need a new picture.
We have what? This is what, number 9?
Oh,
Number
God,
9.
We've done 9. I'm surprised we made it past 4. Anyway,
Okay,
welcome everyone.
I don't normally agree with you, but I'm with you on that one.
I know, right? I am your host, the one, the only, the voice of WPW, Jason Halbert. Thank you. Yes. Hi. Ooh, keep your shirt on. Wait a minute. No. Joined, as always, by my partner in crime, the ugly one. That would be you, Tank.
Is that me?
Yeah, you're the ugly one. The world's ugliest referee.
Yeah, Sherman Tank. This is normal. I'm used to it. I like it. I'm okay with it. If they're not booing, I'm not doing it right.
And, of course, the third leg of the tripod.
Shane Jones.
They didn't like your You were pretty.
Well, you don't tell them what I do. You just throw it straight to me cold.
It's always you're the third leg of the tripod.
Which can be taken like a number of different ways with your
Yeah.
random group of people that you're hiding in your basement.
Whatever. Shut up.
Board operator, assistant producer, overall workhorse of the show.
The whipping boy of the show? Or is
No,
that
That's Wapo.
No, that's you.
No,
That's you,
Wapo's
Hank.
the intern.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wapo,
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Wapo sent me an update that we will share later on in the show
If we have time. If we have time.
if we have time.
I don't know. We're going to have time.
There was so much there. And Hubert's just like, please, God, please let there not be time. Please, God, let there not be time.
You know, I was hoping for the last show for him to have crap, and we just didn't have time, and with the Blues game and all that. But unfortunately, no, he didn't have anything. And this week, we might have time for it. So let's see if we can. Tank, what the hell are you doing? It's not. Hi. We're trying to do a
My
podcast
face was
here,
very
buddy.
shiny. I was trying to fix it.
Well, I mean, we really don't want to see your face.
I
So,
know. You mentioned the Blues. What are your thoughts on the season so far?
50-50.
we can win that first game hands down, no problem. But I
And
mean,
then didn't show up to game 2.
we can't show up to game 2. Our guys are getting, the crap beat out of them, and nothing's happening. To the player safety department's just like looking the other way. Oh, there was nothing wrong with that.
Did you hear all that? Apparently, after last night's game, the NHL was basically like, yeah, that was clean. We're good. And they put out these rules, and Doug Armstrong tweeted, was like, okay, that's the rules we're going to play by. I'm good with that. So I think tomorrow night's going to be insane.
Oh, Mark Stone needs to just get laid out.
Oh, it's going to happen at least twice. There's going to be a fight.
We got
All right.
Bortuzzo.
Gents, I got bad news for you.
What?
This isn't a sports radio talk show.
That's fair. I mean, it technically is. We are in the business of
This
sports entertainment.
is a World Powerhouse Wrestling hosted
Yeah,
event.
but is our
I'm
guest with us yet?
excited. I am.
Yes.
I'm so excited. He's not on with us yet, but we have just a great guest coming on tonight.
Yes.
Would you like me to tell everybody who it
yeah.
is?
Yeah, please. Like, that's what we're
Oh,
waiting for.
what? You know what? We'll tell you next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you just show up next Wednesday.
Yeah, see you later.
Our guest tonight has been most prominently featured in Ring of Honor, but he has appeared in WWE, WCW. He's probably most well known for his working with independent wrestlers, showing them how to make the independent wrestling circuit a profession. He's the one, the only Uncle Bob, Brutal Bob Evans.
That's my cue.
Yeah, way to start, nerd.
I'm excited. Bob appeared for WCW back in December of 19 and just had a phenomenal match.
Yes. That was so much fun to be a part of.
Absolutely. There's probably, I haven't had anybody that's been more fun to be in the ring that I've seen since WPW started. Just very entertaining gentleman.
Yes.
Very knowledgeable. And he's going to come talk to us tonight, and he's going to tell us about some of his experiences in wrestling. He's going to talk about his experiences working with independent wrestlers, some of the things that he's taught them. And he's going to talk about his newest venture, something called the Wrestle Life, and I'm going to let him tell everybody a little bit more about that. So
I think I saw a movie titled that, though. It was in the back room of the movie theater.
Oh.
The rental store.
No, wrong version.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong one. No,
Whoops.
I'm not mistaken. I don't think Halbert was, but I did get the chance to take part in his seminar when he was there. And I mean, he has a lot of details all the way going down from referees, wrestlers, just like placement and the nuances that you wouldn't think to actually look for. And I learned a lot just being in the ring and watching him teach other people, let alone him actually showing, me how to do certain things. So that was a lot of fun. He definitely knows the business inside and out.
yeah, absolutely does. And the thing that I really like about the gentleman that people often call Uncle Bob is that he's not guarded. He's not shielded. The second he walks in the room, he's immediately your best friend. and makes you feel like you're $1 million and is there for you, genuinely cares. He's the guy that wrestlers reach out to, and a lot of times people that have been to the top level of the business, they're not always the most responsive when you reach out to talk to them. Not Bob. He's back with you immediately, and if there's advice that he can give or help that he can give, he's right there with it.
Yeah.
He will definitely be back in WPW. I've definitely heard some rumblings about him and maybe even his longtime tag team partner, Tim Hughes, Tough Guys Inc. from Ring of Honor, could be making an appearance in WPW sometime in the future.
I don't think they're coming after my tag team champions, because that ain't going to happen.
Could be.
I could see it. I could see it.
I boycott that match. We refuse to sign that match.
I do have little birdies that chirp around me that tell me some information from the board from time to time. That maybe a little information that you don't get, slips through the cracks. So you'll have to wait and see.
I've got the same little birdies, so
I don't know that you do. I don't think that's how that one went down.
No, you simple mind. It's okay. You'll learn.
I have a few more connections than you think I do.
When you grow up, Tank, you'll understand how the business life works.
Personally, I hope I grow up and not any more out.
I think that's how we all feel, right?
Hey, so Jason.
Hey, what?
While we're waiting for Uncle Bob to come on, do you want to talk about our sponsors real quick?
Hey, that's a good idea.
I do. Hey,
holy crap! I got it fixed.
Got what fixed?
Never mind. Proceed.
Okay. Guys, hey, you know what's coming up right around the corner? Hey, Valentine's Day. And if you're like most guys, you probably haven't gotten anything yet. So I tell you what, if you have a wife, if you have a girlfriend, if you have a wife and a girlfriend, hey, we can help you out. Simply, and if you know it, you help us out now, or you check out our sponsors now, and you don't have to be that idiot buying something at the last minute on Valentine's Day. So, hey, does your significant other like jewelry? We have Paparazzi, the Duke and Duchess of Bling, $5 jewelry at Paparazzi. Good stuff. My wife has a ton of it. She has too much of it, but hey, women like that stuff. Do you ever look down at her fingernails and think, man, your fingernails are really, really ugly? Well, you're an idiot if you do that, for one. Two, if you tell her that, you're a bigger idiot. But we have a solution for that as well. Head up Cindy's Glamorous Nails. It's Color Street Nails. It's nail strips. Super simple to put on, and you don't have to worry about her taking forever to do her nails. And if you stink like Tank, we have something to cover that smell up too. More than likely, she's got some wax warmers, and she likes the house to smell a lot better than you do. So head up Sarah Lopez with our Scentsy sales. They're the wax warmers, the wax melts. They've got all that good stuff to make you smell your house a lot better than Tank.
They also sell sprays, room sprays, which personally, I will tell you, is the best thing in the entire world, because it masks very, very genuinely disgusting odors.
So you got it.
No, I mean,
if you're interested in hooking up with any of our sponsors there, shoot us a message and we will get you in contact with them. So there you go.
Now,
Valentine's Day coming up sooner than you realize.
What if they wanted to potentially sponsor the show?
Hey, if you want to sponsor the show, just send me a check made out to Jason Halbert.
No, you could reach us through either our Facebook page, our Instagram account, our Twitter account, and just send a message, and one of us will get back with you, one of our representatives, and we'll definitely get that set up as soon as possible.
Okay.
My desk is broken. It did.
How does your desk just break?
I'm pretty sure it's been broke for a minute.
So anyway, yeah.
So anyway,
going off, Shane. What's going on?
Well, I got a little bit of news. We've already kind of talked a little bit about it, but I want to remind everybody that February 6th, we will be doing a TV taping. It's a limited audience participation. Tickets are only going to be $5, but we're only allowing 60 tickets to be sold, and about 30 of those have been reserved at this point. Oh, wow. So they're going to go quickly. If you would like to reserve your spot, you don't pay until you get to the door. We're not going to take online ticket sales. All you have to do is go to wpw.ticketleap.com, and or you can go to our website at wpw.pro and follow the links to Ticket Leap.
wpwpro.com.
wpwpro.com.
So you're basically just reserving your seat for the six. That's
all
all
you're
you're doing.
That's
Now-
all you're doing. We have 60 spots available, and once those are reserved, that's it. You can come out and see if somebody doesn't show up, but that's all we can allow in. You have to wear a mask. There's no choice to that, and we have to take temperatures on the way in the door.
And Tank will
$5
do it anally.
No,
No. Delegating that to my underling, Michael Lilly.
We just got just like one of those little
You got one of those little infrared guns.
Yep.
It's fine, Tank.
quick and painless.
Tank was really getting excited about having to take temperatures rectally. I'm just saying.
No.
But last time we let him do that, he got confused though and put the rectal thermometer in his mouth to take his own temperature.
Hey,
So,
98.7. Shut up.
but anyway, yeah. Hey, if you reserve a spot and don't show up, you're an ass. So let's not do that. Okay,
Yeah,
only reserve your seat if you're really going to be there. Can we just agree to that?
You normally agree with
Seriously.
Albert, but I'm okay with that one. That's actually fair. I wasn't ready for that.
Somebody else, and we've had quite a few people reach out asking how they can attend the TV tapings. Now, the TV tapings start at a little bit earlier time than a normal live show.
Mm-hmm.
They start at 4 p.m. Okay. And if you've never attended a studio taping of anything, it runs a little bit differently than a live event. So things might be a little bit more disjointed than they normally would be because segments are being stopped and taped for television so that we can put our episode of Uprising together. But everything should go pretty smoothly and everybody should have a good time. And we welcome everybody to come on out.
I am excited.
Shane, got a question for you. Speaking about Uprising, if I'm the average Joe and I'm trying to find some of our old shows, how do I find those?
Well, that's a good question because the old shows, the WPW board has decided to take the old shows off of Facebook, and they are now on our Patreon page. So for a very, very low membership price, you can get on and to wpw.patreon.com. And you have access to quite a few of our episodes of Uprising. There's some personalized posts on there, and there's also some talk about all kinds of different content that we'll add to that as time goes on.
Remember the old WCW hotline?
Oh God,
we might be working on something similar to that.
Oh God,
it talks for something like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I'd like to add our guest. I'd like to introduce him a little bit. Bob, welcome.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Great. How are you doing, Bob?
I'm good. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we're hearing you a little okay. It's a little choppy at times, but we'll get through that.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm hearing some chopping too. Let me see what I can do to fix it here. Let's see. You still here?
Yeah, because we can see you just fine. Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get rid of these earphones and see if that helps.
That might help. Yeah.
So switch to live here. Let's see.
Modern technology, it's great when it works, and it's a pain when it decides not to.
Absolutely. All the time.
Is that better?
Oh yeah,
better. Much better.
Hey, all right.
All right.
Here we go.
So how you doing
I'm
this
not
evening?
I'm not driving. So
Not
I'm
driving.
in my
Okay,
car.
great.
I'm not driving, so.
How's the weather out there? We just got the winter weather sweep through on it for us.
Yeah, we got about 4 or 5 inches on the ground right now. It was fun driving yesterday in courier territory, because I had to pretty much go up and down Massachusetts a couple times, but
Ooh.
hey, it's what we do for our work and what I do for my business, so I really can't complain,
Absolutely. So Bob, I've been talking you up this whole show, and I realize that some people tuning in or some people that are going to be watching this on replay might have been hiding under a rock, may not been paying attention to what's going on in the independent wrestling universe. So could you give our audience just a little bit of a background, some of the highlights of things that you've been able to do in your amazing career?
Yeah, I mean, well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I've been next year. It'll be no, actually next month. It'll be 29 years. Started in 1992. Trained in. I was actually loved wrestling since I was 12, and then got into backyard wrestling when I was 17 and 18, and then got to picked up by some. There really wasn't. I don't think at the time there was something called independent wrestling, so they were kind of called semi-pro wrestlers at the time, and they were guys who were a little bit ahead of me in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and they took me in and started training me, taught me some basics, taught me what they could, and then kind of bounced around for a couple of years, and then I met a guy named Jeff Costa in 1994, who was one of Kowalski's original students, Killer Kowalski. So Jeff kind of taught me the psychology of the business, and then later on, I was trained by Steve Bradley, who was part of the original developmental system, and Steve really got me TV ready. Then I started doing a lot of extra work on WWF and WWE TV stuff starting in 1999 and wrapping up mostly in 2002. And in the time I did that, I opened a school called Slam Tech in 2000. I ran a school for 9 years. And in 2009, when I wasn't sure where to go and I burned a lot of bridges, I decided to kind of start from the ground up again and offer myself up as at the time, a 17-year veteran who could wrestle everybody and try to get good matches out of young guys, and found out that was really my whole calling anyway, teaching and getting people through matches and helping people succeed. And then got my shot at Ring of Honor in 2010, hung in there for 8.5 years and learned a lot from them too, and also learned a lot about traveling. And because my coaching at the Ring of Honor tryout camps really helped me develop my own national brand, because there were 40 people coming in from different parts of the country, and they got to see me do my coaching thing. So they started asking me, hey, do you do seminars? Do you do this? And I go, well, I mean, I used to run a school. I've really never done a lot of seminars. And then when I started doing seminars, I loved it. I loved going to different areas. I loved traveling. So that was kind of how the whole thing started. And then in 2016, I started doing kind of an anti-seminar movement where I called it Hangs with Bob, because I wanted it to be not scary for people and not intimidating. And I also found out that not all, there are a lot of good seminars out there, so please don't misunderstand me. But at the time, there were a lot of seminars where they were just screaming at you and saying, basically they were holding the knowledge holding it hostage, and they weren't giving it to the young guys, and then they were mad at the young guys that they didn't know the stuff. So I tried to make it a little more welcoming, a little more warm. I'm certainly not against booting somebody in the ass if they need it, but most of the time I think people just need to be understood, need to be heard, and then need to be taught. So, and that's kind of where I started that for a while, and then started touring and decided to turn pro in 2018 for the first time. And it nearly broke me. I nearly lost. I developed a terrible gambling addiction, found out I was a compulsive gambler, had too much free time, almost lost my family over it. Got 2 years clean this February 13th. Hopefully I'll last that long. And so that's kind of where that went. And in all this process, I realized that if I called wrestling a job, it wasn't fun for me anymore. Now I was doing it for work. So even though I work very, very hard at wrestling, and I work almost as hard at wrestling as I do on my real job, and probably work 40 hours on the wrestling stuff, I still call it my side hustle. I still call it a part-time venture. And I really should have been teaching people all along how to make wrestling fit into their life, instead of just, walking away from a life that you kind of enjoy and doing wrestling because of some outside pressure. And so I kind of just merged the two things, where I'm trying to help everybody use wrestling for whatever they want to do and leverage it into a more fulfilling life. So that's why I call it Wrestle Life, because when you're in the wrestling business, your life is fused with wrestling. So it's not life, it's not wrestling, it's the Wrestle Life. So those words are forever fused together. But we have to realize that our dream is not everybody else's dream, and it takes a lot of time away from our family and friends. So we have to find a way to fit that all in. So that's why I brought this concept, and you and I have been talking about it for months, Shane, but it's something that it's kind of a new concept to people where I'm like, yeah, you don't have to be a broke wrestler who makes no money and wrestles for $5 and carnies everybody to death. And if you don't want to be in the WWE, that's okay. If you don't want to be in AEW, that's okay. If you just want to wrestle in the independents, that's great. I support that. There's a lot of people that have really jobs they like and a perfectly great wife and perfectly good kids, and they want to spend time with them. My whole thing is, if you're going to wrestle and you're willing to do it for free because you love it so much, why don't we make some money at it? So really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help them kind of fit everything together where they can come home and justify that time away from their family. So
Absolutely.
It's really, so that's the whole thing in about 8 minutes.
All right. I was going to say, recently on your webpage, you featured somebody that followed your advice and had just some really great success. And you, full disclosure, you let them know that this isn't typical success, but could you speak a little bit about that recent post you had made and interview you did? The gentleman had made some outrageous amount of money.
Yeah, it was my buddy Jack Parker from Arkansas. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can? Okay. All of a sudden the stat sounded funny. That's all. So, but yeah, it was my buddy Jack Parker from Arkansas, not too far from you. And Jack is a wrestler and he's big and strong. So, hi Sid. He's big and strong, but Sid's big and strong too, but Jack's big and strong, and he wouldn't if I didn't feel confident saying this if he didn't let me. So, but Jack is one of these guys who is just a regular guy, has a good job. He works in the healthcare industry, and he wrestles on the weekends and doesn't have a lot of name value, but he's one of these guys who just really jumped in and took my advice. And I talked to him a year ago. Actually, Jack booked me the same weekend you booked me, Shane, last year, and,
awesome.
And he had to cancel. So, and then he booked me another time and canceled me again. But he paid me every dime he was supposed to pay me both times. The second time, I refused the money and he sent it to me anyway. And I said, all right, well, if you're going to give me hundreds of dollars, I'm going to give you one-on-one time with me. If you're gonna, I'm gonna give you something for your money. You can't just keep giving me money and then canceling on me. It's not fair to you. So let's have some good one-on-one time, and let's sit here and let's really figure it out. So he went from, in a year's time, he went from making $100 in merchandise on a weekend, and he does 3 shows on a weekend, to last 2 weeks ago he had his personal high of $812 on one show with less than 50 paid. Selling all his own stuff. He didn't sell Bullet Club shirts. He didn't sell Stone Cold shirts. He sold Jack Parker Jr. stuff. And how it broke down is he did $532 in his own, let's see if I got it right, $522 in his own merchandise. His wife did a $210 t-shirt order because they do screen printing too. And then he took 4 $20 pre-orders for a shirt he hadn't even made yet. So that all adds up to $812. So
wow,
$812 in one indie show.
Yes, with less than 50 paid.
With less than 50 paid, absolutely amazing.
And then the week after, he did. The week after I asked him. I said, and it's actually on the end of the video. It's a little spoiler alert, but I said, and we say through the whole thing that he doesn't do $812 every show, but that show he did $317. The show that we talked to, and then this week he did a show and he did $210, and that's his worst number all year so far.
Wow!
So
absolutely.
So what I do is I just try to. But
Oh, I was just going to say the biggest complaint I hear from independent wrestlers is there's no money in it. I can't tell you how many times in this business I've been told there's no money in it. You don't worry about it. Just have fun because there's no money in it. And I think one thing that I've loved about you and the Hangs with Bob and the Wrestle Life, is you're showing these guys where the money really is at, and that's not a bad thing. Like you said, it justifies all the time and effort that they've put into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, along those lines, if somebody was interested in the Wrestle Life, what it's about, could you give us a little bit of detail about the Wrestle Life website?
Sure.
What would
Make sure
somebody
it's
get
a-
out of it? What's going to be on it?
You know what, guys? I'm going to try to call in again.
Okay.
In again because this connection's real bad.
Okay.
Let me just try to give you. I'm gonna break that call again.
All right.
Back. So
All right.
I have a feeling it's something on me. So that's what.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Bob's connection was
Spotty.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't catch some of that, I mean, just by taking Bob's advice, this Jack Parker Jr. made $800 in one indie show, and the crowd was less than 50 people.
Which is insane.
That's
Damn.
insane.
That's more than $10 a head.
Absolutely.
Glad you could do math there, Tank.
Shut up.
So I think what we're getting at here is Bob provides a value that a lot of trainers or seminars don't. So many seminars focus on the technical aspects that are still important, that absolutely important. But Bob teaches you how to make this business viable, how to make it real for yourself and for your family. Independent wrestlers travel all over the country. They travel hours by car, their own car, wear and tear on their car, and time away from their families. And so to come back with sometimes a loss of money for the weekend, sometimes $10-20 in your pocket, it'd be good to have somebody who could show you those secrets of how to make that trip worth it.
Yes.
How to justify doing that. One thing that he has a way to show you how to take that money that you can make, how to make the money, and then how to stockpile it, I guess, for lack of a better term, so that by the end of the year you can show some real gains just doing independent wrestling. And like I said, that doesn't have to be your whole job or your only job, just an extra, like you said, side hustle. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted Bob on here, because I know we have a lot of people that come in, watch the show. Some of them are wrestlers who work for World Powerhouse Wrestling. Some of them are wrestlers that don't work for World Powerhouse Wrestling. And I just want them to know that resource is there.
All
right, so it looks like Bob's back. So let's see how this goes. Bob, you there?
Yeah, you sound a little bit better. So
all right, good. Glad we can get that corrected. I was just wanting you to speak a little bit about your newest venture, the Wrestle Life, and let people know what they could find in there.
Sure. And I know you had you had a big question, and it kept messing up with your mouth, so I was having trouble.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not you. It's just we're this StreamYard thing is awesome, but it's still new, so we're still fixing all the bugs. But this is way better. So whatever we did, it's better. So, but yeah, no, thanks for asking, Shane. What I'm trying to do here is, again, it's trying to teach people that it's not just about making money, because obviously we've all been willing to wrestle for free. My whole thing is breaking through the mindset of, you don't have to be a broke wrestler. You don't have to be an independent wrestler. Just do it for the love. Just be a starving artist. Like, why? Because someone told you that? Because someone said so? Why? And that doesn't mean that you do it. Again, I tried doing it just for money, and it didn't work well for me. So it wasn't the right move. I think most people, 95% of my audience, and the guys that work on your show and the guys that work a lot of independent shows, are really just people who like their job, like their family, and they're trying to fit wrestling into that. And, I was joking around with somebody earlier. It's almost like I'm making a site that is so you can, it's basically a wrestling version of Happy Wife, Happy Life to a certain degree. And, but how I do it is we haven't really even approached the in-ring stuff yet, because I don't really have access to a ring up here very much. So, really what we're doing right now is we're offering you just about everything else. We just signed on Kevin Kelly to do his class is called The Spoken Word, and Kevin is doing everything involved the communication. Right now, he's dealing with promos, but later on, he's going to deal with how to talk more effectively to and with promoters. And also, he's going to do an announcing class later on because Kevin was voted announcer of the year again. So he's a good buddy of mine and is happy to be a part of this. And he's done 1 million seminars with me anyway. And then we have my Hangs with Bob Wrestling Career Blueprint, which is about 4.5 hours, divided over 6 classes. Teaches you about goal setting, teaches you about how to make money on the road, how to save a bunch of money on the road, how to travel, how to book a loop for yourself. There's a class in there that if you hold your phone up this way, you hold your phone, you press play, it looks like I'm running your phone for you, and it'll look like I'm showing you. This is exactly how I do it on my phone, guys. This is it. And I just put an audio commentary right on top of it when I'm doing it. And it's a 2,200-mile trip between 3 towns. Get you there, get you home and back, and it gives you everything you need to know. So we also have a bunch of classes. Tim is doing a social media class, the do's and don'ts of social media. Try to keep people out of hot water and keep them doing the right things on social media. Apparently that lesson hasn't been learned by a lot of us, but we're still trying. And then I have a show called Back Wham, Bob and Congo Watch a Match, where me and Wild Man Congo, my buddy Mike Medina, he's a great wrestler, plenty of Ring of Honor experience, plenty of very high level experience. We sit and we watch a match between the 2 big stars or 2-star tag teams, and we break it down for you. And it's almost like Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior have asked Bob and Congo to sit down and watch the match. Hey, Bob, tell them what we're trying to do here. Now, I'm not putting myself in those guys' category. I'm not saying I'm as good as them, but I am pretty good at translating it and saying what you can use right now in your matches. See what they're doing, because I think a lot of times we watch the matches as fans, and then we say, "Hey, watch that match. See what you get out of it." And I think we get stuck in the 30 years ago, they wore different clothes, or the guys were different, or a lot of people kind of make fun of them or kind of pick on them. So now it's a lot of it is just having fun with it. And I don't have a problem with having fun with it. I like joking around, having fun, but this is a little more serious. It's not super serious. We're casual with it. We have a good time. We laugh, but it's really watching the matches and saying, see how this differs from what you're doing. This is what the old timers are talking about. Now, see how they yell at you for not taking your time? Watch Yokozuna. Watch how he takes his time. Watch Bret Hart. Watch how these guys are selling. Watch what they're doing. Watch how, I'm just using Yokozuna again, but 600-pound guy, he can't be bumping all over the ring for Bret Hart, a 240-pound guy. But look how he's still selling for him. Look how he's putting over everything Bret does. Look how Bret puts over everything Yokozuna does. So, we kind of break it down. So we watch the whole match, do a commentary to it, and you just play it right along with the match on TV. So we either watch something on YouTube or we watch it on the network. So it's
wow.
So that's pretty much where we are right now. And then sales and marketing classes come soon. Promoter classes come soon, as you know. So, and then we do it all over again.
Go ahead, Tank.
Are you going to offer anything up for like the referees and stuff that are out there that have a lot of questions of their own?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think eventually we're going to get to a referee piece. Right now, we don't have anything specifically to referees, but there's a lot of stuff in there. The travel stuff, the non-wrestling stuff applies to everybody in the business. So I think referees should have their own merchandise. I think referees, if wrestlers are too stupid to sell their merchandise, referees can be smart enough to sell it for them. So print up shirts if the guy's dumb enough to not put it out there, and then do it yourself. So my light went out here, so hold on. Beep. I think there we go. There we go.
I think you made Tank's night telling him
Hopefully
that
it won't hit
referee should have merchandise. He's been
Bluetooth thing.
wanting to hear that for a very long time.
Yes, very much so. I like that idea a lot.
Uh-oh. I think Bob's frozen up. Oh, there he is. Okay.
It's still alive.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait.
Got it.
All right. I think you're back.
You guys can hear me okay?
Yeah. So, Bob, if somebody wants to join the Wrestle Life and get all of the exclusive content, what are they looking at for that? How do they do that? Kind of explain that process a little bit.
Well, right now we have a special going on till the end of the month. So the end of the month is thank you. for putting that up there. Go to thewrestlelife.com. It's going to take you to a page, and there'll be some information on there just telling us kind of what we talked about already. And I'm going to turn my car off again because isn't this fun, guys? Audio, visual problems. Isn't this fun?
Yeah, I mean, it's what you live with. Sometimes they come and they go, but we'll get through it.
Right. But anyway, so right now we have a special going on at the Wrestle Life. If you sign on before the end of January, it's a 50% off. It's going up to be $49 at the February 1st because that's our official launch. But right now we have people in beta testing, so we're allowing people to do it for 50% off and sign up and be lifetime members as long as they don't cancel for $25 a month. And it's a tremendous value at $49, never mind $25. So if you go on thewrestlelife.com, there'll be a bunch of icons that'll tell you, hey, click on this for 50% off, and you can check it out. But read that page. The page on thewrestlelife.com, there's a lot of testimonials on there. There's a lot of cool information on there, cool videos to watch. There's more testimonials to come. And again, you get my blueprint. You get the spoken word with Kevin Kelly. You get a community. We have a message board that we're getting up and running. We have people from at least 2 different countries right now. We have some people from Canada joining, some people from the States joining. So again, we're in the beta testing process. So we're still trying to figure everything out. And then we have actually I have in there free with purchase. I usually sell this separately, but we have the Wrestler's Field Guide notes. If you jump on the Wrestler's Field Guide notes, it's about 8 pages of stuff that is just stuff I just made notes from my book that I never wrote yet. And if you look at that stuff right there will pay for probably 5-6 months of the book right there. It's easily, you can make a lot of money with just those notes in there, and that's something you can print out and bring with you. So and again, it's going to keep expanding. We're going to keep adding stuff. We've added stuff every week. I still have 4 or 5 Bob and Congo Watch a Match shows. I still have a social media class with Tim. I have an interview in with the best promoter in Montreal, who draws 600 people a show. Obviously, when he can run, he can't run right now, but when he runs, he gets 600 people a show, and he turns 200 people away. So how does that happen? We need to find out more about that guy, and we have to hear what he has to say. So, and we're going to be having more promoters on. We're going to be having a lot of successful people that don't necessarily have a voice somewhere else that we can learn from. We're going to put them in the Wrestle Life, and we're going to start teaching our students how to do other things and teaching them how to succeed. The last 10 shows I've run have been profitable. Why has that happened? I have to pass that information on to promoters so they have that information too. I'm not going to keep it a secret. So after losing money on 90 shows, how did I make money on 10? So I started listening to different people, started doing smarter things, and started running shows in a smarter way. So that's where we have to start. We have to start listening to people who are experts, and we have to shine the light on these people and give them to you guys in the wrestlelife.com so you have those people to use and use as resources, because I think we're not taking advantage of the resources we have. We're not asking enough questions. And if those people aren't going to ask questions, I'll ask the questions for you. I'll put them in the site, and you'll have a nice resource there with plenty of information on it to educate you and keep, smarten you up. And again, best practices. Why are these people drawing better? Why are these wrestlers making a lot of money? What is Jack Parker Jr. doing differently than some of these other people? Jack Parker Jr. doesn't live far away from you, Shane. So how is Jack Parker Jr. making money and some of your guys aren't? That's a question we have to ask, and that's a question we have to figure out. So he can teach us that. I got that 20-minute interview is free on my website. Go watch it. It's good for you. It's good to learn. And Jack also said he's available. If anybody wants to message him, they can ask him questions too. So
that's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I look at that and I think of it this way. Even at full price at $50, you take one bit of advice from that, and in one weekend, say you sell $100 worth of merch that you normally wouldn't sell, you've doubled what you paid for the rest of life. And that's one weekend. So, I mean, and something else that I learned from you, I believe, because it's wrestling related, it'd be tax deductible. Am I correct with that? For independent wrestlers, I mean, they'd have to
say the last. I'm sorry, Tim.
Well, I learned something from you that certain things that you pay for that are wrestling related, and if you're an independent wrestler or promoter, that you could claim as tax deductible.
Just about everything that you use in wrestling, as long as you declare yourself as a business, as a sole proprietor, you can declare that stuff as taxes, you know?
Fantastic. Bob, we'd like to thank you so much for joining us tonight and just sharing some of your knowledge and just sharing your time with us.
Absolutely, guys. And I want to do this again when we have a clearer signal too, because I'm happy to talk to you. Shane, I owe you a phone call anyway, so we need to talk, but
Absolutely.
I will hit you guys up, guys. It was a pleasure. And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to hit me up on Facebook, talk to me. There's a contact us page on the WrestleLife.com, free of charge. Hit me up. We have a lot of free resources on there too. So hit us up, talk to us, and communicate with us. I want to make the site the absolute best resource for anybody in wrestling. So check it out.
Thank you very much, Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob
Thanks,
Evans.
guys. Talk to you later.
Check out the Wrestle Life. Go sign up. Learn. Absolutely amazing. I just can't believe some of the stuff that people are getting out of learning with Bob Evans. Stuff that has been kept away from a lot of independent wrestlers. So just awesome stuff, and I'm very thankful that he was able to join us.
Yeah,
Jay?
Yeah.
No, Jason looks stunned. He's like, "Wait, I can make more money? Holy crap!"
Well, I mean, whatever.
No, that was actually really cool. You know, amid all of the technical difficulties, there was still a lot of information in there in and of itself. And in the middle of that, I actually went and checked out the website, which looks really cool. So it's definitely worth checking out if you have the option to do so.
And I'm fairly certain that we're going to be posting that link from our Facebook page as well. So
If we're not, we should be.
That will be on our Facebook page, and it'll also be at WPWPro.com. We'll post that onto our main page as well.
there you go. So
Woohoo!
All right, guys.
what?
A bit more news. We didn't quite get a chance to talk about this before Bob came on, but everybody knows that WPW is a proud member of the Allied Independent Wrestling Federation, the AIWF, which is a large conglomeration of independent wrestling federations, and the AIWF is sponsoring a showcase, wrestling showcase in Houston, Texas, May 14th and 15th, and WPW will be sending representatives to that showcase to show what we can do, and
Yes,
to give more exposure to the world of what the product of what WPW can do.
that was
That's going to be a good show from what I understand. So
yeah.
it'll be great to meet people from, the rest of the AIWF and all that. So instead of just, one guy here or there, we can meet, tons of them. So hopefully it's a good networking event as well.
Oh yeah, if nothing else, that's definitely one of the better prospects for that is the fact that you can, if you are interested in going somewhere, getting more work, that's definitely a good place to start.
Absolutely. And one thing that's great about AIWF is that there's a big encouragement for exchanging talent. So there's avenues open all over the country, and AIWF isn't just in America. It's in, I'm going to get this wrong, but I want to say something like 20 or 30 different countries: Canada, Asia, Australia,
Wow.
South America. So there are opportunities out there, and WPW's got those connections. So those just things that have to be negotiated. Last year, in February, we hosted an AIWF World Championship. Like I said, when you're in the AIWF, it's a worldwide organization. So when they say it's a world champion, it's literally a world champion. That's a belt that is taken all over the earth and defended.
That was, in all of the matches I have had the pleasure of being in the middle of, that was one of the most insane and entertaining matches I think I've ever seen. with Kit Reaver and I'm gonna probably butcher this poor man's name, Mike Anthony. Is that correct?
Mike Anthony, yes.
And that was that was phenomenal, top to bottom. That was one of the I was very proud to be a part of that, and that was just really cool. That's one of the big things that they did, letting us host that, and I just thought that was a really cool thing.
Yeah, it was, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Tank, because that is one of the newest matches that's on our Patreon page, www.patreon.com.
That's worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah, that was a good match. You're welcome for that, by the way.
Former CEO had a little bit of a hand in signing that. Have to give him credit. The former CEO credit.
Former.
Yeah.
Former.
I wish there was a way to do balloon art. Mop.
All right, gentlemen. Are you ready?
No.
Are you ready?
No.
Our intern Wapo,
Oh God.
former assistant CEO.
I said to the.
No, it was definitely assistant CEO. I saw the name tag.
To the.
Well, yeah, I asked for some music to be on the background of this because, ladies and gentlemen, Wapo has put together the first ever WPW Fashion Week.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. This is not going to end well.
I see Bernie Sanders back there already.
Yep.
Yeah,
See, it's so important that even Bernie was in the crowd. All right.
Looking very, very angry.
All right. Our first person down the runway, showing that you don't have to lose weight to look skinny.
Oh God.
Just wear bigger clothes. Sherman Tank.
Okay.
Why? Hold on. Why in all of the photos you pulled of me, why is it the one with the big bulky glasses? Why that one? Why?
You have to ask Wapo that. That's how he decided to do it.
Oh my God.
Next we have Playboy Double H.
Oh my God.
Modeling the newest fashion for Green Bay Packers fans as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Our next entrance down the runway asks, "Do you even lift, bro? Why? When you could wear clothes that gives you abs."
What in the hell?
Sid Holland rocking the muscle abs outfit. By the way, all of these are designs by Wapo.
Of course they are.
See, I would have put Tank's head on that one.
Oh man.
Next up, going swimming. Keith Smith Jr. has an outfit for you.
Oh my God.
That mustache gets me every time.
What would a fashion show be without the latest pig fashion featuring the butcher?
Is that his kill floor suit that he uses to keep himself clean?
That
Hold
might
on,
be.
hold
That
on.
might be exactly what that is.
I just want to point one thing out. The nipples are cut out in that.
Well, the butcher gets excited when he's in the kill floor.
Just saying. It's missing
All right.
nipples.
Oh man.
Next up, we have fashion for that bad boy who has a softer side.
Bad boys in there.
The Midwest bad boy, P.T. Beckham.
Oh,
Your right is in there too, and I think that's Alex Steele back there.
I
I
think
can't tell who that is.
Is that
Curtis in
And that
there
is
too?
Curtis on the far right, I think.
Yeah.
so.
Oh my God.
That
Wapple's
looks
gonna get his ass beat.
That looks like the Backstreet Boys done went wrong.
And next up, we have the outfit for when you just don't want to talk to people, when you just want to show them that you're not approachable and you want them to talk to the hand. Brutal Bob Evans.
Oh, if he
my
spins it
God.
around real fast, does he call it a slap fest?
It very well could be. You'll have to ask Wapo about that. Speaking of, great news, Jason.
What?
Yes.
In a few weeks,
No, I'm sick that
gonna be
night.
our special guests.
No, I'm gonna be
Yes.
sick that night. I can't
So
be
excited.
here.
So
I've got a
finally,
I got a
finally,
prior engagement.
we-
Wait, what
we
night is
have-
this?
What's that?
When is this going to be?
It doesn't
I'll
matter.
look up
A
the
few
date. I don't
weeks.
have it in front of me.
Okay, I got a
So,
prior engagement that
Finally,
night,
we
whatever
have
night
the
it is.
designer himself, Wapo Chancho.
Please kill me.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think I need that on a hoodie for the show that Wapo shows up for.
I would wear that shirt. I'm just saying. I'd totally wear that.
So anyway, there you have it. WPW Fashion Week. Another
Jesus
Wapo
Christ.
exclusive.
Oh, that was amazing.
Oh my God! What the hell? Why do we?
Uh,
Why?
You hired him.
You know, I got to say
Dude,
something though. You
cheap.
managed to escape. How did you not get wrangled into?
You know, I'm
Fashion Week?
not entirely sure, but I
Wapo,
don't
make
really
it
care.
happen. Make it happen,
Don't
Wapo.
really care why.
I'm pretty sure you were supposed to have been, but there might have been board operator error missing the picture into the.
Oh, I know what that means.
You know, yeah, that means Shane screwed up, and I'm okay with that. I really am.
It happens from
I'm
time to
really,
time.
really am okay. So, yeah, but whatever night Wapo's going to be on, yeah, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, you will.
So,
Yeah,
I've got plans.
You don't even know
um,
what day it is.
Up in your contract, you have to be here.
Yep.
No,
Your
No,
contract.
you don't know my contract. Anyway, hey,
blood,
you know
hate it.
what show I will be here for, and what show I'm not going to miss
Which one's that?
next Wednesday.
Ooh, yes.
Because hey, Sherman Skank, ask me who our guest is next Wednesday.
Jason Halpert. Who's the guest next week?
You know what? Hey, I'm late on to the game here, but I've just recently started binge watching The Office. I'll take that. I'll take that. You know, if that's the best you can do, Sherman Skank. I mean, whatever.
That's not the
Anyway.
best I can do, but it's the best family friendly I can do.
So anyway,
I just want to say hi to Herb Simmons, very, very prominent promoter in the St. Louis area. I'm just glad that he hopped on to join us there for a little bit.
so our guest next week. Hey, Shane, what's better than one person?
I'd have
17.
seen two people.
Two people next week, first ever. Well, I'm not gonna say first time we've
No.
advertised two guests at once. We're gonna have former WPW World Champion, the Butcher Damian Blade, and also joining us is going to be soon to be WPW World Heavyweight Champion PT Beckham. They're both going to be on the show next week.
Oh, wait. Haven't these two been going after each other on social media?
If you mean like going after each other, like Tank chases the ice cream man, yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to put them both on at the same time.
With a live
Yeah, I
mic.
think we're going to pull back the curtain a little bit here, and we're going to expose you to what it's like on when the cameras aren't rolling. Here's the game plan for that show, guys. Ready? I'm going to demonstrate it right now. Ready? Just
Let them go at it.
I mean, that's all we're going to do. We're just going to let them go at it. And I mean, someone in this group that might be wearing a PYT hoodie might be throwing some fuel on the fire during this whole thing. But, you know, hey,
I believe
we don't know.
the other one should probably have his finger on the dump button.
They
throw it
very
out.
well could have to do that. You know, this is going to be interesting because this will be the last show before we do the TV taping, and I'm hearing that both of those guests will be at the TV taping together. So,
Oh, really?
That's
I wonder
pretty
who
volatile.
had a hand in that one. Oh, I think I did. So, you know, I might not be CEO, but I still have, you know,
you have a
A
favors
stroke?
that the board owes me. You better get that green card or I'm going, what?
I
I
think
think
he's
he had a
talk-
stroke while he was writing that.
I think he's talking about Wapo.
What I heard was Miyamoto, and I don't know why. Like I read that as Miyamoto.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. He was on Rough Cut Rick Ruby's show last week.
On
So,
Time Radio.
yeah. So that, yeah, he was pretty fired up. And he's had I guess by that time, 2 weeks to stew on, you know, the fallout from that show. So we'll see how he's going to be for next week.
You
I think
know,
it's
from
gonna be a good
my
show.
understanding, PT has a promising future in front of him, and he's just tired of guys who've been around forever, like Damian Blade, standing in his way, and he's ready to move those obstacles out of his way.
And he's, like I've said before, he's going to do it because Damian Blade is the past and PT Beckham is the future of this business. So
I wouldn't put your chickens all in a row there yet, Batman, because I don't know that it's going to be as easy as you think it's going to be.
I can't say anything else.
You saw the
future-
outfit for the kill room floor, so you know what PT's getting in for with that.
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I said, I can't say anything else, but you have no clue what's in store. You have no clue, Tank. That's all I can say.
Sean, we couldn't agree with you more.
Accurate.
Oh my God. You know, and like I've said before, orange is not my color. And when we do shows, it allows that little part of me to come out and legally come out to where I'm not going to get arrested. So yeah. Because only in the world of professional wrestling can you just slap the crap out of someone and get away with it. If I go to the gas station or if I go to Walmart and someone ticks me off and I slap the crap out of them, I'm going to jail. Not in wrestling.
Not necessarily. Not at Walmart.
Well, okay, maybe some Walmarts, but you know. But I'm just saying, I think we all need wrestling, and we're gonna. I know we're gonna be having quite a bit of content filmed on February 6th. So I mean, it'll be. It was? Huh?
Forget what day it was.
No, I said February 6th.
You hesitated a lot.
Okay.
Is that what it was?
Are we really going to pick on mic work here, Tank?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Really?
That's what
I was backing you up.
I didn't say anything was wrong with your mic work, did I? No. You know, he's the one that's going to try to nitpick how I talk and how I, you know, do the show. When you know, at least, hey, look, I don't have to take my teeth out for anything because they're all real.
Oh wow!
Glad you could.
On that note, gentlemen.
Oh, hold on, wait. Well, that's really loud. Well, at least it's loud on my end. I don't know.
It wasn't terrible.
Hey, so little known fact here about this. If you don't listen to the words, the music sounds familiar, right? Mm-hmm. This was a production theme from like WrestleMania 16 that without the words, that's Teddy Long's music. Go figure. So anyway, we're going to do this again next week. So join us next week, February 3rd. Special guests are going to be Damian Blade and PT Beckham. So for Shane Jones, Sherman Skank, I am the one and only Jason Albert, the voice of WPW, signing off. We will see you next week.
Sunset Boulevard, girls walking the strip, stars to scream.